Hello everyone, welcome back to chess. We're playing 1510 as black against Vin Cell. Opens d4. Well, I still don't know what I'm doing against d4, but I answer d5 anyway. Apparently this f push can actually be playable against that. We don't... Yeah, this feels like the thing to do here. Um, we could get the bishop out, but I feel like he's going to be prone to some kind of harassment over here somehow. I don't know. I kind of want to make some progress on my king side. I just find myself having trouble castling in such positions. Okay, this is still sufficiently defended by a pawn and the queen. Let's see if I can get away with developing this bishop before pushing here. Just tuck him in this way, I guess, is the idea. Maybe. And get the dark square bishop to d6. I don't know, I'm not keen to put him there in any kind of a hurry. Opponent's searching the memory banks for how to punish this bishop move, maybe? I don't know. Okay, another attacker here, but I don't mind this, I think. No pawns have been developed over here, so I'm pretty sure this bishop would be okay. You can't even immediately attack him because, right? So I think this is fine. Also, I don't even have to do that, do I? The queen, pawn, and knight are all on this square, and there's only 3 attackers, so that would be fine. Takes. Does not seem good right now. I guess it means I can't really develop the knight because the queen is busy. And this seems productive in its own way. Just in that, like, it gets me the bishop developed. I don't know if I necessarily want to put him here, but now I can move him to get castled if I want. And I have this very strong d5 pawn. Damn it. This gets me. This has happened before. I just didn't look at what the queen was doing. I saw her doing this. I did not see this at all. Ugh. Well, we better move the knight, and then I'm going to drop this as well. But at least I don't drop the rook if I put the knight here. I don't really see any other alternative. Is there some counterattack? Not really. Yeah. Kind of annoying. Take here just gives the queen an excuse to get away. I mean, she already has ways to get out. There's this bishop move attacking the knight, but it's not really a threat. It's already defended, right? Ugh. Okay, so I mean, what do I have any advantages? Things that I should try to take like to emphasize to maybe come at it like to get compensation somehow, right? Do I have any compensation? That's the question I should be asking. The queen is a little bit unsafe. She can't go to any of these because of the bishop, or here because of the knight, or here because of the queen. So there are several places she can go. She can't go here because of the rook. She really only has these light square diagonals, huh? What about bishop here, cutting these off? The problem is that I can't actually move bishop into here to cut off the remainder because I would just be captured. But I could maybe play rook here at some point, cut off more of these squares, and then the queen is pretty locked down. Also, like, the bishop here is sort of, I don't know. It's, what about some pawn moves as well? Like this pawn push to cut off this square? I don't know. Bishop here is just so hard to support. Even like the king could chase it, maybe. Or the pawn could cut it off, yeah. So I don't think that's so great. Let's try this bishop move. And I think I'm honestly happy to trade here. Maybe. Because it moves this pawn and gives my bishop access here. I don't know. Maybe I want to get a rook over on this file first. The problem is I can't really do anything about this square if the queen like is always going to have access there. Maybe I can try to pile up on this knight. This should also make it a bit harder for the queen to escape, I guess. I think she'll manage. Maybe this is an idea. Discovering another defender for the knight. And a potential escape route for the queen. Okay. So the queen still can't take any of these squares. Or any of these squares. This is piling up on my knight, but I have a knight here, so that's I guess it's stopping me from going here. No, my king is still guarding. I could go here if I want, right? I guess this pawn falls if I move the knight, right? No, because if they use the queen to capture, I can move the knight and take this guy. But I guess they could do it in the other order, but then I have this defended again. So what about this? And then say takes. This is attacked once, defended 0 times. But if they attack, I can go here. But then the queen gets there, I guess. This the ultimate aggressive move, I guess. Covers a lot of the queen's current escape squares. Right? This would become safe, though. Well, it would stay safe. But it like, reinforces this battery? And they're not really threatening checkmate, because they have this knight, and there's no real way to get rid of him. And we're threatening, like, some pretty serious stuff with this, I feel like, right? I'm gonna give this a try. No, wait, that's horrible. It drops the rook. Okay. What if we attack the queen? She probably just goes like here and is perfectly happy. Well, yeah. So what if we castle now? Then the queen is freed up because this is no longer needed. And I still have enough defenders on this, although if I move the queen, I won't anymore. I don't know, it should be an interesting thing to try. The knight is now unpinned, so I can try this at some point, although I don't think I want to. Because they get to recapture and attack my knight, so it gives me some pressing things to do. I don't know. I could move the knight here, and it's a reasonably nice place to live. It's so easily kicked, and also there's too many attackers and not enough defenders. Well, there's a bishop thing. I mean, right. If I want to move with the queen, I do have to trade knights first, because now the knight is just hanging on by a thread, right? Okay. I didn't want to allow a queen trade. They have the attacking queen right now, and so their queen is like better than mine, but if I trade queens, I have a lot less counterplay. I lose this idea, for example. Which I think I do have, even though it leaves the knight hanging, because it's a more serious threat. I can be like, go ahead, take the knight. And they'll have to do something else to react. And then I can move the knight if I want to after that. And they're 2 moves away from castling at least. They have to push a pawn, then a bishop, then castle. So I have a lot of time to prepare this attack. Yeah, they're going up here. Makes sense. Um, Pawn push. I mean, I can play queen here, but then this, right? Where's the pawn push? I don't know. I guess then this. There is this check I could take now if I wanted. I don't really see how that's productive for me. It means I don't have a hanging bishop, so I could then play some knight move, maybe. Ah, This bishop is a good attacking piece, but I can't see a convenient way to actually save him except like this. But then I have to back up, and I don't know, maybe he'd be okay over here. I have to actually probably go all the way back here. And then this pawn becomes a liability, but I'm not sure what else I'm supposed to do. I guess we're threatening c4 at some point. Like right now, it's attacked once, defended 0 times. But the problem is after they kick away the bishop, it's defended, so it's not really much of an attack, I'm afraid. There's this like knight move, which is kind of cool, I guess. Right, it attacks the queen and attacks this pawn. Like, I guess my compensation is that I'm much better developed. I'm down 2 pawns, and my opponent has a pretty good attacking queen. I see, getting rid of this liability that way, maybe? So here first, though, right? Get some tempo against the queen, and only then recapture? Attacking this knight? Who's pinned, of course. Okay, so the queen is back home. Opponent has 0 developed pieces at this point. The knight is pinned, so I'm not counting him. Maybe I should. I don't know. We might not be we might not even be behind. I have this very safe king. I have pieces doing things. I have threats here. Like, I think they have to, yeah, develop this bishop. So, can I go after the knight one more time? He could then move and grab this. I would sort of... Well, I wouldn't have to retake because the bishop's defended. Or take here, rather. I could take with queen and be promoting her. No, because I just moved the queen here. So I would not be defending like that anymore. I could move the knight, but he's where he wants to be. I can take here. Doesn't really seem very productive. Oh, let's pile up like this. Of course. But they can do this, and it's not really that great for me. All right, I don't know. I'll try it. I think my idea after rook here... I was thinking take enough times that I can then play queen here. But their first two captures will be putting a defender on this pawn. And also they'll unveil a defender of the pawn as well. So I don't think this is working out so hot for me. Mm-hmm. But I get my queen improved now. They get to do more trading, but I get to activate a queen. This is the likely recapture, but is there something better? Like, I assume they're going to start trying to trade pieces. It makes sense. I have this. Is this any good? Not really, right? It attacks the queen, but she can move here. I guess there's a rook up. That doesn't attack the queen, although it does some sort of interesting things. I don't think it's worth losing another rook for, though. Does this really accomplish anything? It threatens this pawn. And also just like gets to a good rank and lets me double, maybe, is the idea. So rook here, here, here. They want to develop the bishop and castle, obviously. I don't have a great way to stop that. But this is, I don't know, it's a threat. Actually, if they try to defend, I can bring my queen over and grab this pawn. The rook is overloaded. Well, it can't defend both threats. So I don't know if that's really good enough, but that also defends now that I look at it. Sure. Actually, if you develop the bishop, though, I just queen here, right? Seems great. I guess bishop here is how they get the tempo to castle. No, I can still move the queen. Rook here, maybe. Threatening if here to take the rook. All right, now they're working up to this. That's pretty serious. All right, back up with the queen and get onto this file to enter. With check, by the way. Not sure yet exactly what I would do with that check, but it seems productive. takes. Check. Queen doesn't want to block, so the king has to move. Take here. King. Feels like there's something going on now. What about this? Rook takes, queen takes, rook takes. And in the end, I get this rook? The queen's pinned now. Oh no, they can block with the bishop. I missed this. But I can bring my bishop in. Right? Oh, nice move. Ah, shoot. I don't win anything out of this. Or well, queen here, right? Okay. Now the king either has to give up castling or you trade queens, which what about here now? Again? So here, if queen blocks, we're back to the same scenario, except that I've gotten rid of this pawn, I guess. Then I could maybe go here, and I don't know what this accomplishes. I think I have a perpetual this way, at least, and I feel like I should actually be winning in this position just because I have a better rook, but I don't really see how to do it. And so a perpetual may be the best I can come up with under time pressure. Because I can't quite attack from a light square, can I? I guess there's this maybe check now. Where if they want to take my queen, I get to improve my pawn. So we stop castling. Oh, this doesn't work because there's a bishop there. Takes, and now I have this queen on the loose, but they get to castle. No, they don't. My queen's there. Check. They can block again. I get this pawn. And then they could finally castle, but we're even on pawns. Okay, I don't know. I'll try it. You have to block with queen, and it has to be here. There's no other move. Otherwise, I get the rook. Right? There's no counterattack. You're in check. And I'm threatening this pawn as well, which is... Well, I don't know. They'll castle, I suppose. So... Yeah, they should castle. It's not a super safe home for the king, but it gets the rook out. And I'll have to play quickly, but I feel like I will have the advantage. I have this nice pawn here, good king safety, and a more active queen. Also this outpost square for my queen at some point. Maybe we go in for this, actually, to make this pawn a big threat. Oh. Oh, they're giving me the rook. Not sure what I'm missing here. Bishop block, but I can go here. Not bishop block, but bishop trying to cut me off. I didn't see this coming. I don't think you have enough time to lock me in with your bishop. You're not threatening any checkmates over here. Get over here where she's defended by the bishop, I guess? Just in case something weird happens. Again, my king is a little bit unsafe, but theirs is like a lot unsafe. Get to a dark square that doesn't... Okay, yeah. Oh, that was such a bad move. Check takes. Ugh, time pressure. All right, we still have it, thankfully. Check. Actually, I might prefer to just trade queens if they can't block. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, but I do get this pawn if I want it. Would I rather have this? I don't know, this pawn seems pretty cool. I can take here. Yeah, I want to get rid of this guy. Ah. Yeah, because I defend this as well, which is nice. They have this, and I was thinking queen takes, but actually that doesn't work. Because they're guarding this pawn as well. Okay, so I think we can get behind this, right? Or in front of it? And then try to slowly maneuver my queen over here without dropping this pawn. I don't know. I could try giving up the pawn, I suppose. Like, if it would get the queens off, I would happily give up a pawn. I don't know. Maybe that's why I should have played bishop here earlier when they were still pinned. Maybe that could have gotten the queen and the bishop off. Yeah, let's try doing that, actually. Oh, that doesn't work. Whoops. Yeah. A little bit unpleasant. Ah. Nope, that just drops the queen. Yep, seems bad. Add another attacker to this pawn? That drops the queen too, you stupid idiot! Time pressure. Ugh. Alright, they're gonna believe I have some crazy tactic here, and they're not gonna take it. That's my plan. Backwards queen moves are just impossible to see. Oh, they didn't see it! Hey, we got some play now. We got some play. We're looking good. Oh man, that's That's how you win these games. You need your opponent to be as bad as you are. All right, get some pieces to safety. Bishop has a way out. Oh my god, I'm crying. I don't think I'll allow that king. I don't know. I probably should have just gotten behind the pawn. And started pushing. Last chance to stop the pawn. Well, no, you could have gotten here, I guess. Be just as bad. Grab one of these pawns next move, unless king here. Oh my god. I can't believe I'm alive. I don't know. Do something about these pawns, I guess. Activate your king. I don't know. I can, like, I should easily be able to push something and promote it. Let's just start trading pawns. I don't know. I could have just put this one to trade, honestly. This is the slowest conversion ever. All right, whatever. Can't take. It's pinned. Yeah. Like, that makes a passer here. Yeah, this can't be stalemate. Because there's still this pawn here. Plus, there's lots of room for the king, but because of the pawn, I didn't have to calculate it at all. You should definitely play it out. I made at least one idiotic move this game. I might fail to checkmate you. You never know. I think rook here. And then... King has plenty of moves. Don't have to worry about stalemate. Like, queen here is obviously check, but it's a little bit weird to convert to a checkmate. Whereas, like, a rook here, I can just eventually... Just takes a couple moves. Right, here, here. Ooh. That was a game and a half, huh? Stockfish is not going to be very happy with either of us. Oh dear. So this move, obviously a big mistake. My opponent getting computer analysis? No. Because we dropped this. What should I do instead? Right, I even noted that, like, this to defend the pawn was not necessary at the moment, but it seemed nice to open up the bishop. Instead, I guess that's maybe why in d4 openings you're not supposed to move this bishop necessarily. I was like, yeah, let's get it outside the pawn chain. What can happen to the bishop? But, you know, what can happen is that the bishop is no longer here and he's not guarding this weak point. Okay. So I guess maybe don't develop the bishop would be another option. But it seems like, you know, maybe b6 would be okay. Alternatively, some queen move, queen c7 could be playable. Queen c7 looks okay. I think this knight move is mandatory. Bishop move is interesting, I guess. Spent forever on a couple of these moves. Castles could very well be wrong. I'm sure there's something brewing for the opponent here. But we did get to send them back home. And establishing that rook on c7. At this point, I think, as I said, like, I think I'm actually ahead here. Let's see what Stockfish thinks. Yeah. I'm down 2 pawns, but the pieces are just so bad for my opponent. Yeah, it does like the move they made. f3. No, they didn't do that. They played f3 eventually. I see. I was supposed to back off with the queen immediately so that when they do this, I don't have to do it later. Anyway, now I backed up. So this rook move is good, right? No. This is awful. I guess they must have just missed something. It says queen up here to check. Okay. They don't want to block with queen, do they? Well, no, because then I get the rook. They have to move the king. And then I can, well, maybe go in for some of this stuff. But now the queen isn't pinned if I try this. Not sure quite how that tactic is going to work. I mean, the one I had doesn't work either. I thought that I was getting this rook, and I missed the bishop can block until we were a little ways into this whole exchange. I think they were meant to take here and then block, no? We each gave away 2 major pieces, but now they can castle without fear, and they're still up some pawns. I can do this if I want, but they'll be like, fine, take it. I think this is bad for me, right? Yeah. Stockfish says just go here, and then I assume castles? No. Attack the bishop first, okay. And then castles. Actually, it doesn't want to castle. That's interesting. It prefers to just put the rook there and leave the king in the center. That makes sense. There's enough pieces off the board that you just want to activate the king rather than hide it. Okay. And this bishop move must have been just terrible, right? Yeah. Oh, I missed that I could take that pawn. I don't know. I don't know that I missed it so much as I was like, I wanted to get some checks. Yeah. I needed to take here, or check here, to get back to the same position so that I could grab this pawn. If I check here, I don't have that option. Because the queen blocks by moving there. Okay. But then this. Just give us away the whole game. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, and I should have just taken the pawn here, I assume, right? Yeah. Oh! Or bring the rook up. I was a little scared about my back rank issues. But I guess since this comes with check, it's okay. Wow. I mean, queen here is also fine, right? Yeah, it's fine. But, alright. Now, okay, so here I think I would have preferred to play bishop d3. The bishop's pinned, and we're threatening to win it. The opponent kind of has to bring the queen in as another defender, right? And at that point, we can force trades of everything and just be up a rook and a pawn? No, just a rook. And have this really great pawn. I guess now I'm up a pawn. There you go. So I think that would have been maybe not Stockfish's favorite move, but a great way to simplify. Okay, Stockfish even likes it. Okay. Yeah, and then I went back here trying to, say, lure the bishop back for that same trap, but it doesn't actually work. I think this was a bad move. Stockfish says it wasn't too bad because the bishop should block. No? King here, huh? Just don't worry about their pawn. Just push yours, huh? Interesting. Seems like I could have some trouble defending it after bishop here, but maybe not. Right, I found I found the worst move on the board, but they didn't go for it. Oh man. All right, so 2 gigantic blunders from me this game, probably more that I didn't notice. And an endgame that took a year and a half because I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Well, only one blunder I didn't notice. I guess that's this one. Oh, okay. So I noticed that when analyzing by asking Stockfish, so it's not exactly noticing. Okay. I mean, not a good game, but not horrible. Apparently, letting the queen in was like bad, but not as bad as I thought. We've already seen this stuff, yeah. So don't play pawn here. Do what instead? Queen here looks okay, I said. Doesn't like that. I guess you could take this pawn? I don't know that you want to do that. This... No? Oh. Yes. This also defends the pawn, and it attacks their active queen more directly. Good point. So I played queen here, and it doesn't like that. I don't have something like this now, do I? Not nearly enough pressure. Maybe this attack is not so severe as it looked, actually. Maybe I can just let them do this. Here, 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 check. And my queen is in, guarding the rook, and also doing, like, some great stuff against the king. Maybe I should just, like, bring this rook in. Like, I lose this bishop, but I get these 2 pawns. I think that's a pretty fair trade. Yeah. Neat. Right, we're threatening this pawn, so they kind of have to push. And now we just say, oh, we could even rook here first. Now we go in here. That's the only defender of the rook, so it's a little bit sketchy. But if they actually take, we get this, and there's this huge battery against the king. Apparently it's like made in 6 even. Huh, okay. Cool idea that I missed. Yeah, don't go there, go here. So we can take this annoying pawn. And then, yeah, just don't blunder your queen. I spotted this was blundering the queen. I was like, I know, I'll just attack the queen some other way. Can't really do that. All the moves that would attack the queen are not defended. So are all the moves that would attack this pawn, rather annoyingly. Not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. Light square? King f8? That just brings him closer to this menacing pawn, so I don't know. And this bishop. I don't think I want to invite my king into this area. Maybe there's some bishop move. I don't think so. Where could he even go? Maybe just push the pawn? Oh yeah, that's right. We saw that. That's what it wants me to do. Get the pawn out of the queen's view? Sure. But it actually prefers queen here. Yeah, I mean, that's another reasonable way to maneuver, maybe. I don't quite see what it's accomplishing. It gets out of the pawn's way, so you can start pushing it, I guess? Sure. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, we definitely had some moments in this game. Both of us made a lot of mistakes. Very serious one-move mistakes. But at the end, I came out ahead, and that's the slugfest of 1500 level play, or 1200 if you're on another rating system. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.